there, partner.
Is my man.
Mr. Riley.
How's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Fuck. I think
The
what
on-air sign is just delightful, Jim.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you. That was courtesy of Morgs. Gotta love it.
No way.
Yeah. Yep. I can't tell if can you read the top one too, or is it too hard to read?
Trough Talk,
Hey.
episode 17.
Hey. Bam, 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 bam. But yeah, sick new signs. Thanks, Morgs. Shout out. How was ball?
Dude, ball was good. Impressive showing from the roommates today, I gotta say. La Jolla boys showed up. For myself, briefly, shot was not falling. So what do? You got to get others involved, right? I'm driving.
We love
I'm
that.
kicking. Couple game-winning dishes in tightly contested games. You know what I mean? I'm driving. I'm kicking in rhythm. Open three.
Bang.
But really, Dante and Mr. Will Lamb, but specifically Dante. Dante just gets wherever he wants to go on the floor. He's like a young Bobby Hurley. That's who he reminds me of.
Shout out. He's a great coach now, isn't he?
Where's he at? He's at like his hometown something.
I was gonna
right?
say it's like some weird
Buffalo or something like that.
Something strange, but he got picked on. Wow, that's are you the whatchamacallit, the Leightner to his Hurley?
Sheesh, not tonight.
No.
I'm the Draymond to the step at best, and you know this.
I love that. That's a great player comp. I was gonna ask you who your player comp was tonight. Would it have been Draymond?
Yeah, tonight it probably would have been like yeah, Draymond's fine. We'll go with Draymond. I was trying to think of like a bench player, someone a little bit worse than Draymond, but
no, but it's
Draymond's
the game.
fair.
The game we're going with, not the actual
Yeah.
minis. What was I gonna ask you? Is Jo out there? He just moved down. Have you seen him?
Golly, thank you, Jim. So Jo made his first appearance at the Hoop Run tonight. I don't know how that was not headliner. He was the first guy out there tonight. Man, good times. He took me down to the post. He got it in there. I said, He said, left hook right over my shoulder. Never stood a chance. Too easy.
Gotta force him right. I hate Jo knows this, and I'll tell him to his face. He got no right. You gotta force him that way. His game's shut down. Let's go, Jo.
It was good to see him out there, though. All the guys get super giddy for our weekly runs. You know, we got the group chat going. Memes and GIFs are firing off every Wednesday.
Yeah, no, that's a solid group down there. How many guys from back home are coming to these? Is it like 6, 7 guys?
Like, yeah, it's somewhere between 6 and 10 for sure.
Shit.
I mean,
you could almost run.
I'll
5s.
save you the naming, but I mean, me, Chad, Kenny, Dante, Will Lamb, Donnie alone, that's 5 or 6. And there's a few others for sure.
Damn. You guys got to get in a rec league now. Now that you got like a full squad, you have to do just the WG boys. Fuck Kenny and his bullshit.
Yeah. We got to do the WG boys for sure, because that's how we actually started when we first came down here. I was hitting the rec league, men's league before I even hit the playground. But
oh, really?
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough tough treading up there, tough swimming.
Yeah.
In those men's league.
I feel like I don't know though. You guys got the connection. You've been playing longer than these fucking schmoes have together. You figured
that's the thing. We were thrown together with this random pile of guys. Of course, every team's gonna have that one guy that thinks he's Michael Jordan.
Right.
The guy's 6'3". He's the tallest guy we got on the team. He wants to bring it up every time.
Get your ass on the block.
Dribble right, head down, fucking every single time. It was pitiful. And then it forces me to become that guy, right? Because then when there's one player who wants to be the cancer, who getting all the touches, when you give it to him, you know what I mean, you're not getting it back.
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't want to give it to him. You don't want to make the extra pass.
Exactly.
And now you're playing bad basketball.
It becomes a black hole. Exactly. It just swallows up everybody's game. Can't do anything with those guys.
Yeah.
But
if I pass you this ball, are you gonna just take it and shoot it and not look at anyone else? Yeah. So what are we doing?
And that's the problem with like those rec leagues is you got no one pulling you out. It's all self-subbing, so there's no fucking consequences. It's pull whenever.
Yeah, and there's no coach. So if you're getting on the guy who's being a cancer, now you're the dickhead that's taking shit too seriously. Like, let's just play ball, right? But no, let's play ball.
Exactly. I'm 100% with you there. That is like a fine line. That's like my cousin probably doesn't listen to this. I would assume he doesn't, but I guess he was kind of a fucking dickhead when they were playing rec league, just taking it too serious, stuff like that. And they're like, all right, like I don't know if this can continue, but I would love to play down here, dude. That would be so fun. I need a reason to get my ass up and down the floor.
Dude, Jim back in action. Number 25 bully.
No, it's 24. Look it up. No. No. I couldn't be number 20. 24 is cursed. 25. I feel like 25. Who's is there anybody in the NBA that rocks 25? Is it Ben Simmons? His trash ass. I feel like it's like almost like a banned number in the NBA. Like it's like a little kid number.
Like Simmons. Yeah, Simmons. 25. Do your thing. 25.
21. Yeah, no, I would love it. That would be fun as fuck though.
You know what they say, Jim?
What is this?
You play basketball how you play life. You play the game of basketball the way you play life is what Steve Kerr said.
Shit, I play.
And you know it's my number one pick from the fucking Beach House episode. So let's put some respect on the name before you say anything else.
Steve Kerr. I totally forgot. That's where this all started. I forget. Wow, we could go back over those. Those are gonna be funny to look at. Once upon a time. Yeah, no. I like that quote though. I guess that means I play life very physically because that's my basketball game.
Yeah.
I literally have no.
You assert dominance.
I wouldn't say that.
All right, ferocity. You live.
There we go. That's a way
dedication and passion.
It's kind of cornbally, but we'll take it.
Hey, I tried.
I know. I appreciate it.
But I think it's more about the quote is more about what we just talked about with the one guy who plays like a cancer,
right?
Who has no self-awareness.
It is.
There's 4 other guys on the court and that you're fucking us.
Exactly. You know? I feel like it way more applies. Oh, it way better works in that case, or it works in both cases. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's a better example of knowing your role. Love that though. J.O. What? Or exactly. Knowing your role. Same.
Childlike.
Same thing. Yeah. But yeah, love that. The lefty back in action, and he's living with Nick and Corey. He said. What? Oh,
he's living with Nick and Corey, and they're living the hard 365. No gluten in the house. No, I'm just playing. But
I was gonna say what?
no refined carbs or sugars.
I see Nick's been working out a bunch though. He looks good.
Yeah, Nick's like on this kick, and J.O.'s like, man, I can't keep up. This guy's fucking yada. Try to get me going creatine, man. I don't know if I can do it, dude.
Swole J.O. I love that. Could you imagine?
He's got the left hand from hell, dude.
And if he just got to walk in selling the right, the first couple plays, he's got to use his right hand just to sell it, and then fucking go left all day.
I was talking about fighting.
Oh wow, does he? I've never seen J.O. fucking throw bombs.
Now I'm not trying to incriminate anyone on this podcast, but once upon a time there was a story, just a rumor, an alleged story rumor.
Love this.
of a fight after a San Francisco Giants game. A lady there's a fight. Fucking J.O. hits this guy with a whopping left, puts him on the ground.
Oh, shit.
A lady just comes from behind with a cell phone in her hand and hits Alex on the top of the head.
Oh, I remember this.
He had to get stitches and shit like that.
Yeah, he got cut up. It wasn't. Yes, Alex was like, it was that. It's the video of the infamous Alex video. It's the classic. It's that night.
he
And
ripped like a horrible word, right? Like, oh, you. I don't even remember what it was,
something
but
like
yeah.
that. Yes. Oh my god, that is so great. Is there anything better than the bleachers? I mean, for fuck's sake, there's.
So once upon a time, I take a girl on a nice date to San Francisco Giants game. You know, she's from the city, so going up there, I take my time to find this nice seat, the Coors seats.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with these? They have like those nice rotating chairs right on the corner,
Exactly.
right by
Yeah.
the flag. What do you call it? The flag? The foul pole, right
Foul
by the
pole.
foul
I know
pole,
what you
right
meant.
by the pole.
There are flags
Yeah.
right there, though.
Okay, exactly. That's what I meant. So we sit there, and we're like, obviously paid more than bleacher seats for them. We're sitting there, we're looking at the bleachers. I think we both go, I think we'd rather be on the bleachers.
Yeah.
And we went and sat on the bleachers with the people.
That's where the real fans sit. Like you get the kind of shit talk. I hate shit talking too much to the players because it's obviously like, dude, you're in the crowd, he's playing. But an occasional just chirp every now and again after an error is there anything better? Um,
Jim, were we not together when we saw the Astros play? Did we see the Astros play from right behind home plate?
uh, was that A's? You might have been with
It may
Brett.
have been Beefy's. Like it was like
Yeah,
Beefy's
Beefy's
tickets.
his dad gets the tickets from Fry's, or did get the tickets. Sickest
Yeah.
seats. I don't know if we went
So we went a
together.
couple times. I know I went once with you, but there
Yeah.
was one of these times. It was the Astros playing. We're chirping the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Altuve, you fucking suck, all this shit. And there's this big guy, big burly, hairy forearmed motherfucker, no gloves, and he's
Swag.
coming out. He's like, you know, he struck out before. Yeah, 2 strikeouts already, chump. Yada yada. He goes, watch this. Steps in, first pitch. Yeah.
Yick.
Home run.
Wow. You know
He
what?
said,
I don't think I was there for that one. I think that was Jesse who was talking shit. Would that make sense?
yeah, that would
Yeah.
check out. Yeah.
Jesse Osuna, legend. But yeah, dude, there's like nothing cooler than being right behind home plate. Beefy's his dad would just call over the manager for the Angels, Mike Sosha at the time, was like, just shoot
Oh,
the shit. It's like, oh my god, to live that
just
life.
the best.
Um,
The best.
oh yeah, love that. Rick's a legend. That guy, he invented. I'll give
I
him
have a Rick
credit.
story.
Okay, I that's a
You go first, though.
he's the best. He invented the twist top on the buckets for baseballs. Supposedly, hey, I don't want to. So the buckets for baseballs, coaches will sit on them to throw. He invented the
Yeah.
twist. He put a lazy Susan on it, put a cushion on it, and then started using it. He said he started doing this in the '70s, and him and Brett use them as hunting seats now. And he's pissed he never patented the technology of putting it on a
Oh,
seat.
he didn't?
No. He invented them. He was making them before they were a thing, but then they
Yeah.
fucking
My dad
became a
invented
thing.
fantasy football too, but
Exactly.
it's cool.
Exactly. 100%.
But a great Rick story, right? So probably my second this is, whatever. This is my second time ever taking, acid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're about to go to this expendable show. Cut me off if that's not acceptable for the pod.
Say what
feel
you
like it
want. You're good.
There you go. It's me. So second time ever taking acid. We go to Beefy's. We take the acid there because then we're gonna get a ride from his mom to the show at the Catalyst from the mountains, right? So we're like, well, we want to kind of get this thing going. Let's get the engine started, right? We got to jump the
Jesus.
engine here. Tabs in my mouth, trying not to throw up. To be completely honest, it's not the best taste
In the
ever.
car? When did you take it? Or did you take it at the house or in the car?
Took it at the house, or maybe like in the car on the way to the house, maybe. But like it's in my mouth
Right.
in the house, so it must have been in the house. And I'm sitting down. There's a football game on. Take a seat right next to Rick. We're waiting for Fees to get ready or for his mom or whatever. And then the play goes. They blitz. The announcer goes, "See right there, he passed to where they were blitzing from. That's great. Whatever." Rick turns to me. He says, "You know what they mean by that?" I was like, yeah, like when they blitz, you throw to that area of the defense because that's the zone that's vacated, right? I was like, that didn't make sense to you? And he's like, oh, it made sense to me. I just wanted to make sure it made sense. I just wanted to see if it made sense to you. And I was just like, oh.
He knows. Dude, he's the best. He's like,
yeah.
He's that guy that, like, during baseball practice, he would be fucking having his players running routes before game, throwing them passes as, like, the warm-up. And I'm like, who is this fuck? It was before I really knew Brett, but it was, he's fucking the sickest.
Cross training before he invented cross training. Some say
that too. He was doing it before the Russians. No,
well,
Rick,
the story's not done, if I may.
No, oh yeah, my bad. Go on.
So, I mean, that was the Rick story. But then we get in the car, right? We already got this shit flowing and shit like that. And our friend Mr. JP had the strongest stomach. And historically, whenever he would take acid, he would throw up immediately.
Jesus.
To get it out of the system, and then he would start tripping, whatever. So we're in the car, 17, going to the show, and JP's just dead silent the whole time. Yada, yada. And then we pull up, like, barely off into downtown. Like, we're not at the venue at all. We're just kind of in the area. JP's like, stop the car.
Oh, jeez.
And she's like, what? He's like, stop the car right now. Stops it, gets out, yonk. Not a step outside the car, just immediate yonks. And the night was on and popping.
And she just kept driving, or did he hop out and fucking...
We all hopped out. Yeah, we all hopped out.
God.
We're like, we'll walk from here. Like, yeah. Like, she didn't necessarily see it, but, like, she probably saw it. Like,
how can you not hear fucking throw up slapping concrete? Well, that's, that's a little bit payback for Brett. He did that to us when we were hunting one time. I'll abbreviate some of the story because I don't know how much he'd like me to tell. But after a long night of drinking, B. Fees had someone over at the house to use as an alarm clock because he knew he wasn't going to wake up from his phone alarm. So he invited someone over to, when they heard me in the morning at the house, to wake him up, or heard the phone alarm wake him up. Just a horrible, right. When he told me this, I was like, we're not hunting. Like, this isn't going to happen. But anyways, I texted
Did you hunt?
Well, that's the thing. I text him. I get to the house, and this is when he's living with 3 future guys who sniff the NFL.
League
one who's still in the league, and 2 that are, I think, the USFL.
One of them caught a touchdown from Mr. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. No, not from Lamar.
Maybe multiple. He's
on the Jags, I thought.
No. J.O.?
Oh, that's right. He got traded. That's right. My bad.
Yeah. And he was playing, like, a lot.
Yeah, he's getting quality touches. But yeah, then Bailey and Jay Love, also his roommates. But no one was there at the time. It was just Brett. Your video went off, by the way. I don't know if you know.
That's just calling me. He's calling me twice. Let me just answer real quick, respectfully.
Yep. And we wait.
I fucked this, Jim.
Why?
I didn't think it would take me out the meeting.
Oh, you're good. I'm not tripping. I'll just pull this together real quick. Sethery, he called me. He texted me today. I felt bad. I didn't have the chance to get back to him. Supposed to kick it with him at some point. No, but going back. So I get to Brett's house. I text him, call him. Nothing for like 15 minutes. And with duck hunting, you can shoot legally at 30 minutes before sunrise. And like it gets crowded quick. So I get there super early. And so nothing from Brett. Finally, I bang on the window and his friend fucking wakes him up, gets ready. He's wearing like his dad's jacket, Rick's jacket from like the 60s, like a duck hunting jacket that's like old as shit, just a pair of shitty jeans, and gets in the car. We same thing. Get to the fucking gate of the thing. We're waiting. Opens the door, takes 2 steps out of it, just yonks everywhere. It was fucking classic. Oh. Yeah, he was still drunk, clearly. Actually, I think we went with Hunter's cousins.
Yeah, put this in your lip. You'll feel better.
He's a puss. He can't. He could not. But no, I think we ended up going with Hunter's cousins that day, and fucking ended up. Brett shot a bunch of shit. I shot nothing, and got stuck with Hunter's weird cousin all day. Fun times. Good old fees. Love that. No, let's go. Oh fuck! I wanted to tell you, the boy Joe Thurrott won the fight this weekend.
I saw. So and still,
yes, exactly. Fucking still the champ. It was a split decision, which I'm not sure I agree with. I think he fucking took it handedly. But yeah, it was a fucking hella good fight. He kind of dogged the guy most of the time. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as the main event of the night, put on a show. There was a bunch of people there though from Willow Glen. I got to see a old carpool buddy of ours. Take a guess who?
I know who it is.
Damn, the Bowerfield Nick.
Powerful Bowerfield. No. Hey, to be honest, great positive attitude on him every day in the car.
Dude, that's what I told. I think I was talking to Scott. I was like, he was like one of my favorite carpools I ever had. He just brought good conversation every day. Asked good questions. Yeah. I never kind of could read the mood. If it wasn't a talking day, he would just sit back and plug in the headphones. But
yeah, always have the headphones in. Actually,
yeah, that's
always,
true.
At least one.
Facts. Who knows? But yeah, I saw him fucking sick. Richard Wallace, dude. There were so many people. It was like a little reunion. It was so good to see.
That's dope though that people supported.
That's what I was gonna say. People there for Joe. It was like very cool to see all the Willow Glen people. But yeah, no, he had quite a big supporting section. I mean, aside from the guy from Santa Cruz, because it was in Santa Cruz, I'd say he had the most people there fucking pulling for him. There was
What's his game like? Was he? Is he still more of a wrestler, or is he trading, or a little bit of mix and match?
This fight, he was doing a lot of like cage wrestling. He was doing a lot of clinch work. But he'll throw bombs. I mean, the guy, like, every round starts off kind of spread apart. So as they're closing distance, he's landing. Yeah, he's obviously got good wrestling. He wrestled in high school and shit like that. But yeah, he just kind of clinched the fuck out of this guy. I think he took it short notice though. Or that other guy took it short notice. So he didn't like really have a full camp to game plan and do shit like that. So it's just like those are the ones you play it safe, get your fucking win and go home.
Facts.
But he, did it handedly. But there was a brawl fucking at the place. There's always, dude, every amateur fucking MMA fight, there's a brawl. But this guy from Santa Cruz was like second to last, fighting for a belt. It was the heavyweights. And it was a Santa Cruz kid in Santa Cruz. And so everyone's like fucking around the cage and shit like that, getting hype on his walkout. And the guy he's fighting is, I think they said his name was like the Samoan something another. But he's a big dude. And the guy from Santa Cruz fucking lands an overhand, knocks him out within like, I think it was like 30 seconds. And the ref saw the Samoan kid's eyes roll back. And the guy like bounced off the fence. He bounced off the fence and like came back right away, was like still fighting. But the ref called it. And the fucking fans went berserk. It was so bad. Yeah. They started like, it was like fine. And then like the ref came out with the decision. And then they fucking like the people who were on the Samoan guy's side were like stormed the cage and fucking cops had to get called in. Almost got the event canceled. So fucking luckily Joe fought. Almost had it.
Oh God.
Almost had it. I mean, because most of the time they just canceled. They're just like, fuck this.
Well, what was your read on it? Did you feel like it was a good call?
Well, that's the thing. It's amateur, right? So
that's
it's like
early in a fight to call a standing KO.
Right. But it's also amateur and like you don't want to like a lot of, I don't know. It was for a belt though. That's my thing. Like even though it was amateur, like these guys have been in there before. Obviously, if they're fighting for a belt, like probably let it go. At least get them to the ground.
If they're fighting, period, like you don't interrupt a fight.
Right.
You interrupt a bleeding, right? Like, so if you're stepping in between two guys trading blows, you're not doing it right.
Well, and that's what he was like, waving it off from the side, and everyone was like, "Oh, like because you can't elbow or like knee to the head in amateur in California." So everyone was like, "Oh, it was probably just like an illegal blow. Like he's probably just like getting them back to their corner." And then he fucking started waving it off, and everyone was like, "What the fuck?" But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. I don't. If he even if he put his hand on the ground, I would have said stop it. But there was none of that. Like just back on the cage. Probably a shitty stoppage. But it was Joe's boy that
That's what it
won.
sounds like. But
so
when you see the eyes, you can't unsee those eyes.
Exactly. That's the other thing. The ref's got the best seat in the house. So if he saw something, it's probably not his first fight. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it was Joe's boy, so it worked out in the favor of them. Love that. What's that? Oh, how about your boy LBJ? Let's give it a quick clap, LeBron.
I gotta say, there's been a lot of animosity in my household this week.
Really? Due to what?
Me and Dante have a continuous debate and discussion around LeBron versus Jordan. Like, it's literally just continuous. We're like, literally, I'm at work all day today texting with him. He's making these dumbass analogies. So I don't get this logic from people, and I'll touch on the LeBron James scoring title in a sec. I don't get this logic. How is 6 for 6 better than 6 for 10, hypothetically, in the finals? Now, I know LeBron doesn't have 6, right? So say, for example, LeBron had 6.
Mm-hmm.
And he had all those additional finals appearances. Does that go against him or does that go for him? This was the debate of today.
Damn, that's tough because I see it both ways. This
was the analogy I drew for Dante, right? Losing in the finals is second place.
Exactly.
You have first place and you have second place. So, for example, if I were to run 10 marathons, I come in first place in 6 of them, and I don't finish the race in the other 4, is that better than running 10 marathons, coming in first in 6 and coming in 4, or coming in second in 4? I know it's a lot of numbers.
I know. I mean, that makes perfect sense. It makes zero sense. And especially like, let's say you get 10 points for a championship, 9 points for second place, 8 points, you know what I mean? So on. Like if you did it that way and counted it up, it would be, I get what you mean, but it kills me to fucking take the LeBron angle on this.
Right. So yeah, what Jordan people don't seem to understand is that
I'm not a Jordan guy. I'm a basketball guy.
I'm just saying. And hey, if the shoe fits, wear it. I was just talking to Jordan. Guys.
No, you're good.
The shoe fits, wear it.
I'm wearing it.
But but they don't realize that he only went to 6 finals, which means he couldn't even get his team there the other years. But they think LeBron losing in the finals is worse than Michael not even getting there. How they talk.
I feel that. And there is some things I feel like go into it. If he had a shitty finals and is the reason his team lost the finals, I mean, it's not. It's not. But if it was, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to draw. You're kind of stumping the Schwab here.
I mean, I get it. Game 4, 2011 finals, LeBron scoring, I believe it's 6 points. It may be 10, but I think it's 6 points with JJ Barea guarding him. Yes, that goes against his legacy. It does. But in this situation, if this was one of Michael Jordan's years, he wouldn't have even been in that game to choke.
Right. Exactly. That's what I mean. Exactly. And that's
So if
the
LeBron,
hardest.
if Jordan was good, it's just a numbers game. If Jordan was good enough to get to that many finals, then he would have had more poor performances in the finals, in my mind.
Now, do you think the years Jordan played baseball, you think the Bulls win the championships had he played? Oh God,
I don't.
you're scum.
What, they're gonna win? They're gonna win 8 in a row.
Yeah, they're gonna tie the Celtics record. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. No. Yeah. A hundo P.
Nah, I mean we're on a tangent at this point, but the Rockets fucking had the Bulls numbers, and that was before 94 and 95. They already were killing the Bulls. That's why Jordan left, some say.
Well, we all know the real reason Jordan left. Jordan left because he was allegedly a gambling addict that didn't pay his dues and got his dad killed. Allegedly.
Whoa, I took offense to that.
How? That's
wait. How is someone? You're not an addict if you're functional.
Well, no, that's
you're
not
only
true.
An addict if it harmed your life.
Well, would you say getting your dad killed harmed your life? Because I would say, it did, and that's hypothetically. Whoa. I'm not saying he did. So I'm just saying.
LeBron passing Kareem is a very very impressive feat. So, how me and Dante decided we're going to break down this GOAT debate, right? Or the best way to do it is to take all the different, how do you say it, things you could earn points to becoming the GOAT, like, so whether that's MVPs, championships, finals MVPs, and then you weight them. So that's where people are missing, right? Everyone's playing with everything on an even playing field. But if we weighted, which I think the number one, so I'll put it to you, what would be the category of GOATness? You know, whether that's points per game, finals MVPs, what do you think has the regular season MVPs? What do you think has the number one weight?
Points per game's tough because Elgin Baylor's up there, and it's like, how serious are we going to take this conversation? Because he's not. Like, he's up there, and you know what I mean, but he's not up there in the GOAT talk. It's a combination of them all.
But that's the beautiful thing, is that it will all play itself out, right? Because the guys that are up there in all these different categories are the ones that are going to become that GOAT. So with Elgin, I don't think he has any finals MVPs. So
that's what I mean. Exactly. It's a wash at the end for him, like in that one thing. I don't know. It's obviously a mix of the thing. I think the defensive player of the years are bigger than people take.
MVPs?
No, not bigger than MVPs. Okay. I mean they're huge. It's like exactly, because it shows a two-way guy, and I don't know. There's little things. I feel like I don't know how by now someone hasn't created like a fucking sabermetric that has everything all encompassed, plus minus over the thing. You know what I mean? Like a QBR for a basketball player.
Yeah.
Someone needs to do it. But I think LeBron's would be higher. Could be lower because he's had some dog shit fucking teams around him. So it's like, how much do you take into account actual winning? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And are we just playing results, or are we playing who we think's the better guy? You know, Are we just picking Tim Duncan because he has 5 chips? Or are we picking, and a better resume? Or are we picking Kobe because we think maybe pound for pound, skill for skill?
Right.
He might, that's the argument I've heard. I mean, resume, Duncan over Kobe, not really a question.
Yeah.
But
as a basketball player, and that's the tough thing, you can't play, it's not one-on-one. And that's why the debate fucking sucks to begin with, because it takes more than fucking 2 to tango. So,
and I think the theme that comes is, what is more important in general? The totality of your work, or how good you were at your best?
Right. And it's,
what do you lean on that?
I feel like it's the totality when all is said and done. And that's why it's hard to even have this conversation, because LeBron not even done yet. So
he's going to be looking at that 40 40,000 points, 10,000 assists, 10,000 rebounds. That's a club of his own.
That is crazy. And that's, I don't know. It's like Barry Bonds. You start doing things where they're making clubs for you, and it's like it's not a club because he's going to be the only guy ever in that club.
And if you get a math guy on it to start breaking down all these things that LeBron has that no one in the history of the game has ever done, and he starts digging in, like, you know how they do those
first
stats,
to
like
this,
27
first to
points.
that, yeah. It's going to be more than anybody. That shit,
it's over.
I would say the only other one that would compare is probably like Tiger. Like the amount of like Tiger has some wild stats too. That because I mean obviously same thing. He's been doing it for so long at such a high level that they're just like you don't even think about him anymore. But like I wrote one down. I think it's like 231 weeks at fucking the world's number one. It's no one's ever gonna break that again.
No.
Yeah. How do you feel about the number on the paper afterwards? Cheesy move, in my opinion. I'm not a fan of the fucking. We have technology, boys.
I'm not a fan of stopping the game and doing the whole presentation in the middle of the game. Give him the timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Let him get his standing O, and let's play some fucking basketball. Like, what is this? Like, we're gonna stop the game, bring Kareem out here. Okay, guys, hit the locker room. Like, what was that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's horrible. I mean, baseball, I feel like it's easier. You just do the curtain call. You just tip the cap. Like, but basketball, you could take a TV timeout so easily just to fucking step away from the game real quick. There didn't need to be a whole fucking to-do. That's what post-game's for.
Bingo. Like, I understand you got to have the whole Kareem moment, passing the whatever. This all could have been a post-game ceremony for sure. Give him his curtain call and let's play some fucking basketball.
Exactly. And that's why I find it funny now that you bring Dante up. He liked my tweet talking about the Lakers big man that sealed his defender, and he's calling for the ball while LeBron's taking an off-balance fade away 1 foot jumper. And it's like, what a disgrace. This is basketball. This is what the game's become. But
I guess, but you don't even know that guy's name.
I had to look it up.
LeBron James.
Something Thomas, I think. I did not know. Yeah, no, it's definitely sick. Good. It's a good career moment. Do you think it ever? I mean, it's a good thing to watch live. Like for us. Do you think it ever gets beaten? Do you think Steph ends up being able to beat it with threes?
Steph, no. The only person in the league right now that I would say has a chance would be Luka.
Ooh.
Steph had too many years when he wasn't that good.
Yeah, and Luka has too many injuries. I don't think it's the same thing. Yeah, the thing with Steph is I think he could be a place shooter forever. I mean, he reads screens better than anybody in the league. That guy can always pull threes. But he's injury bound too. He's never fucking healthy.
Yeah.
I like that. Luka would be sick. How do you feel about the Mavs and young Kyrie?
Great call.
Yeah?
Great call. I mean, you know, the Mavs needed scoring, didn't they? The Mavs needed some scoring.
Not really.
I'm like, how do we unpack this Kyrie situation without like taking it off on the tangent or whatever? But I mean, Kyrie, you know, doesn't seem to be the most fucking logical person or best teammate from everything I hear on podcasts and reports and shit like that.
Right.
Not a reliable person you're going to want to build your franchise again around. But if you need a guy to kind of just come in, get some buckets when Luka's tired, like he is that man. Like he's the number one ISO guy in the league. So
for sure.
And the Mavs, that's all they do.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Got the best handles in the league. Still, he just kind of a cancer. I mean, everywhere he's gone so far, he's been able to do it with LeBron. LeBron's the only one that seems like he's been able to rein him in.
Right. Well, now he's back with the leader, right? So LeBron was a leader, and then he went to Boston to be the leader. That didn't work. No. And then he went to the Nets, where KD should have been the leader, but KD has opted out. He's opted out of all leadership responsibilities.
Which I respect. He doesn't want to be a leader. It's not his job.
Yeah, I mean, it's his choice. It's his legacy. You know, guys like Duncan, saw the game differently, and they saw their responsibility as the best player a little bit differently. But KD thinks his job is just to go out there and get 30. And you know what? He does it better than damn near anyone. So
that's facts.
He's not hurting anything.
No, fuck no. But yeah, no, I do like Kyrie in Dallas. Give him a place to go chill out. How much trouble can you possibly get in Dallas? Let's see what he can. Well, he's gonna dig up the JFK files. I mean, what can this man do? Just let him go.
No, he's gonna say the classic. I know who killed JFK.
Exactly.
It was the Jews.
Exactly, dude. How many weeks until he pulls it? It's gonna be fucking crazy.
My thing is, I don't think he hates Jewish people at all.
No.
I think Kanye kind of does, and we kind of already had this conversation.
Yeah.
But like, I don't necessarily think Kyrie's a Jew hater. I just think he gets his information from like
bunk sources.
Weird sources. Something.
I mean, it's the same thing as the flat Earth shit. I mean, he was watching like YouTube videos and Amazon fucking Prime documentaries that anyone can put on there. It's just not getting this.
And you have to understand the perspective and where he's coming from, to where I agree. You can't believe everything that you've been told in school growing up, or you should do research for your own, or there are things that people call conspiracy theories that they kind of shrug off as conspiracy theories that are real.
Right.
And that it's okay to think that those things are real and say that those things are real. But I don't think he's the best truth finder ever.
Yeah, no.
But boy, does he get buckets.
I was gonna say, and that's not his job. His job is to go get buckets.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, exactly. Fuck it. I mean, we all have hobbies. His is getting bad intel. Hey, I respect it. Let's move on to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl. You had one half of it. I don't want to say D Roach incorrectly predicted the NFC, but you had a little too much faith in the Niners. How you feeling about your Chiefs to win it?
I mean, I'm feeling good about it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of question marks around the receiving core right now. Will they have enough? They had like 3 guys go down. I think they could really use Tony in this game. Valdez. They're going to need these guys.
I don't know who that is.
No, Kadarius Toney and Marquise Valdez.
I was like, what the fuck? That sounds like a created player.
Bro, their whole receiving core went down. He was throwing passes to guys that literally have never caught passes in the NFL before. It was crazy.
That is wild. And on a bum ankle.
Exactly. And I hear he didn't shoot it up last week.
Really?
Because he didn't want to numb it and then hurt it worse and then be out for the Super Bowl. So this week he's going to get it shot up. I expect full Mahomes.
Damn, I didn't hear that. That's sick. So are you predicting a Chiefs W?
I am predicting a Chiefs W, but I'm very weary. Very weary. And I'll give you my full breakdown. So ultimately, I think the Chiefs get the better because of the know-how of the coaching staff, the been-there-before-ness.
Right. Let's hope Andy Reid leaves his son at home. Am I right?
Who's his son? I don't get it.
He got in a DUI and I think killed somebody last time they were at the Super Bowl. Oopsies. No. Yeah.
Andy Reid has friends in the media because I didn't hear a word about that, and I listened to every sports podcast.
I'm almost positive.
That's crazy.
Go on. I got to look that up because that's bad if I'm fucking wrong. Go on. So they got the coaching.
Poor Andy Reid. Yeah, they got the coaching advantage, I would say, even though I think the Eagles are a really well-coached football team. I think the Eagles have been bullies all year round. I think they won their 2 playoff games thus far with a combined, 60 points.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like no one's really been coming close to them, and I'm going to feel like an idiot if they win.
Right.
Because
they've been
the best team all year. They have the better offensive line. They have the better defensive line.
Yeah.
They probably have the better defense. So, what am I doing picking the Chiefs? But I don't see the Super Bowl being a fucking blowout with the Eagles being able to just run it the whole time. So at the end of the day, the Eagles are going to have to put together a drive with Jalen Hurts, running ship. Not to say I don't believe in Jalen Hurts, because I do. I love that guy. I think he's got all the right makeup.
Why didn't you draft him in your under 26 draft then?
He's just not better than Herbert, but
that's my QB. No, I like that though. I feel like most of the time though, defense wins championships.
Can he go toe to toe?
But I don't. No. I don't think he can. That's what I was going to get down to. I don't think he can, especially with Mahomes. He's been there. I think Jackson's going to do his thing, getting his brother fired up before the game, and Jackson Mahomes. I honestly do think that the Chiefs are going to fucking the win. I hope to God. I've gone back and forth wanting the Chiefs and the Eagles, but I don't know. I hate the fucking Eagles coach. Kind of a douche.
Well, what I love about him is that he had that initial press conference when they made him the whatever, and it was the worst press conference ever. He sounded so not confident. He's the worst, and I threw him out. I told everyone, I said, I saw this guy's press conference. Trash. They're in trouble. And he's been the coach of the year.
Yeah, and I feel like he's one of the guys that kind of just is like, get the right guys around you. I'm not going to say too much. I don't want to fucking – as long as we got the right guys, that's fine by me. I don't need to fucking get his hands in on everything. I feel like that's what Shanahan's problem is. I feel like he gets his fucking hands in on everything. Yeah, it's sick.
The Eagles are bullies.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing all year. That's what the city does. They just bully people. That's why they're sick.
But is Mahomes ever out of it? Say they get bullied the whole first half, whatever. No. They're down 21-7 in a dominant fashion.
Right.
Like, dude.
How many times have we seen Mahomes come back? Exactly. It's not a guarantee, but it's like what the Warriors used to be. If they're within 20 going into the fourth quarter, it's like they still have a chance. Now I like that. It's going to be sick. If you're the Kelces parents, who are you going to see first? Are you going to see the loser or the winner?
Oh, the winner.
Wow. I think
the winner is not close.
I think both of them said the loser. They said
That's what they said?
I think they said they would go console the loser.
A grown-ass man. You think he wants a hug from mommy?
Hey, that's what they said. I think mommy thinks he wants a hug from mommy. Yeah, I know what you mean.
The loser... Is he not already on the way back to the locker room, unchanging? He's not. Yeah. You want to share that moment? Well, I get sharing the moment with him. You want to be there for your kid, but at the end of the day, it's not really a moment to be shared. Everyone's got to take their L. Like, what are you going to do to help him take his L? There's nothing. You're just going to go. But you could help the guy that won. This is the moment he's going to remember forever.
Do you think they drew?
You still go see the loser after he changes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Take your
family picture,
or do you get the family picture on the field with the confetti flying?
Oh, that's fucking horrible. That's gut wrenching. I would have to. I don't know. I would have to take the jersey off and like just give it to the dad or something. You know what I mean? I couldn't be wearing it in the picture. That would fucking every time you see it, it would kill you.
And those Super Bowl jerseys better go up in the Kelce household. I don't want to see those sold on the market. Those belong. Yeah. Those are.
Sick. Yeah, that's perfect man cave pieces. That's what I mean. They should almost swap jerseys one last time or like put it at the parents' house. Exactly. The parents' house is where they belong.
I mean, how long is that story going to be told in their family? Like, if my great, you know what I mean? Like, if my great grandpa and his brother played in the Super Bowl, I would for sure be telling my friends about that today.
Oh, yeah. No, exactly. I mean,
and that's a great grandpa. That's a long time.
I don't even know who my great grandpa was. Isn't that fucked up? That's how fast time goes.
I don't know their name, but he was a butcher.
Wow.
One of them was.
A shohit?
A what?
A shohit? Isn't that the rabbis that can cut meat?
Sheesh! Don't fucking do me dirty like this again on the Jewish shit. Not having me out here.
I forget if that's
the one. I don't speak Yiddish, man.
I know. I forget if that's the one that can cut meat or if he can cut little boys. I get those confused. The one that snips the foreskin and the one that I don't know. I really get them confused. Okay, well, Travis and Jason Kelce. That brings us up to our draft today. Wow, we went a while before the draft. Today we are going to be drafting. I called it the sibling draft. Sibling athletes, the best sibling athletes. Doesn't have to be active. I went all time. Just because I feel like that widens the pool quite a bit. There's not a ton.
And we're doing
here.
Siblings only?
No, siblings are family. Family works, exactly. Because it's crazy.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, exactly. When you say family, it makes these way better, and it pulls in some records when we do this. But I got to issue one correction from last week. Me and Kev Cali, we kept calling... Well, it's going to be my first pick of the draft, and I'm going first this week. So with the tones... Actually, you go first. You can go first. Take away.
No. It's yours. It's definitely your turn.
Okay.
I think I went first twice in a row.
That's fine. I know it doesn't fucking really matter. I feel like our lists diverge so heavily that it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
If you want me to, I will, but I would love for you to go.
Doesn't matter if you're the guest, so it's up to you.
All right, if you insist. I'll go first.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Joe.
Do takes away.
Yep. So it's all chalk thus far. I would like to think this is a pretty obvious one, but maybe not. The first pick is the Manning family.
Wow.
Give me Archie. Give me Peyton. Give me Cooper. Give me Eli, and then give me Archie again, or Arch.
Arch. Are you who's your favorite? Are you a Peyton or are you an Eli guy? I mean, let's be realistic.
Or
are you a Cooper guy?
No, I'm a Peyton guy by far. Like personality wise, not necessarily player wise, but either way, actually.
Eli's a way better personality. I don't get why everyone says this. He's way more natural. Pate puts on a show. He's all for the cameras.
No. Maybe he's a showman. I mean, they call him the sheriff, right? I mean,
true. Did you see him getting angry at the Pro Bowl this week? Have you seen the?
Yes, bro. Exactly.
That you can't fake. That shit was wild.
That was real, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, you can't fake that fucking anger. And it was like, dude, we're playing flag football. No one cares.
Yeah. What I love is his passion for the game that he literally can't hide. He can't turn it off. He's watching a game. He gets excited. Oh, you see that block, right? You know what I mean? It gets me going because I kind of am the same way sometimes when I watch football.
And I feel like they kind of reinvigorated Monday Night Football with their show. I mean, it's
by far
it's the best thing to happen to football in a long time. It's kind of like watching podcasts. It's like a fight companion podcast. You just listen to your favorite people talk about football while watching football. I mean, it doesn't get better.
It's so good.
Love that. Now, question about Arch. Do you think he's losing his student ID on purpose so chicks pick it up and have to give it back to him? That was my immediate go-to. Have you been seeing that? He's lost his student ID like 3 times at UT already.
No, I didn't see that, but I lose shit all the time.
No, you don't lose your student ID 3 times in like the first fucking month of school. The kid's playing the long con. I don't know what he's doing, but he's got a long con going. No, you know what he's
doing?
What?
He's selling them.
Wow, I didn't even think of that. That would be the fucking...
Or the souvenirs to the homies, like, yo, bro, can I keep your student ID? Like, I'm going to show my kids this shit.
Right? You know? Or the Derek Jeter fucking gift box on your way out after he smashes you.
Oh.
You get the Arch Manning ID. Take it home. I love that.
I understood. Yeah. I understood this world in one way before I heard about Derek Jeter's gift bags, and then I understood it in a completely different way after that.
The guy's a legend.
Legend.
No one else could pull that off. That's only the New York Yankees captain. Man. Ledge.
It ain't tricking if you got
it. Okay. Well, let me hit these tones. This is where I issue the correction. We were talking about the Jones brothers, Chandler, Arthur, John Jones. I mean, there's no family that has bigger fucking killers in it than them, but we kept calling Arthur Jones fucking Craig Jones, and Craig Jones is a jiu-jitsu guy. So if you listened last week, scratch
Craig
that.
Jones is more than a jiu-jitsu guy.
Well, what do you mean?
There's a local San Jose rapper. Oh no, it's Craig White.
Oh.
I was like, damn, I didn't know you knew Craig White. I didn't know you knew Craig Jones.
Craig White, though. Shout out Craig White. I don't know who he is, but fucking sounds like a ledge. Love that. But yeah, the Jones brothers. You got two of them that played in the NFL. Chandler's still in the NFL, fucking tearing shit
All
up.
pro.
Yeah, every year. He had he wasn't he the one who picked it on the Patriots last play of the game where they fucking just shat the bed. And then Arthur retired, I think, a couple years ago, but he was in the league for 8 years. And then John Jones fighting for the heavyweight title in March in fucking the UFC. Can't beat that, in my opinion.
And apparently Arthur or Art can still beat the shit out of John Jones to this day.
Dude, it's crazy you say that, because I was just watching that interview the other day, and he's like, yeah, both of my brothers, he's like, but Arthur, yeah, especially, could beat my ass. It's just crazy to think about. The greatest fighter of all time, and his older brother could just little boy him.
Or what's the craziest sentence of all time? John Jones got the bad genes.
Yeah, that is fucking wild.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Could you imagine if they all got into MMA and they just fucking trained with each other and got each other fucking? It would be, oh god.
It sounds like the two, like if either of the older ones would have got into it, they would have been or had more potential than John Jones, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what he makes it seem like.
Yeah.
And he's kind of a cocky bastard. I don't know why he would. I mean, it's family. You're going to talk him up, but I feel like John Jones would love to say he could beat his brother's ass.
But yeah, and dude, NFL athletes are just so different. Like, you get Herschel Walker in the cage. He's fucking 50 years old. He's just like
he literally just beating dudes up at 50, looking jacked as ever.
Crazy.
But yeah, that's my pick.
Now,
Number one,
politics.
The Jones. Oh god, don't. Hirsch needs some help. Hirsch, get some help, brother. All right, I'm gonna hit the tones. Do.
All right, so shout out to Mikey Riley on this one.
Wow.
His all-time favorite baseball player and that player's father. I'm going with the Griffeys. Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr.
That is all time. I mean, the only father-son duo to go back-to-back in a game. Back-to-back homers. Probably the sickest baseball card of all time is both of them fucking on the same card. There's nothing cooler than playing with your dad. I think the only time we're ever going to get close to this is going to be LeBron. You think he ends up being able to do it?
I think he'll play against Bronny, if I had to guess. I don't think, maybe if they get lucky, but I don't think LeBron will pull a move to go play with his son. I don't see that.
No, you don't. I'm the opposite. I think he fucking. That's the. I feel like he would tank a season to get a good lotto pick.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I already told you. I already texted you my prediction. Mm-hmm. LeBron's going back to the Cavs. It's only a matter of time. But yeah, I think he'd just be happy being in the league. It's being on the court at the same time, I think, is his ultimate goal. I don't think he needs to play with him. But yeah, Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, swaggiest baseball players of all time.
The sweetest swing in baseball. I hate to admit it to Mikey because I was always an A-Rod guy, but god damn, Griffey, the sickest. How about this one? The Seattle Mariners traded away Randy Johnson, Ken Griffey, and A-Rod in 3 consecutive years. Talk about a fucking fuck up. Crazy. It's just that's something the A's would do.
I'm like, is there a Moneyball explanation?
Right?
Salary cap?
Nothing.
Trying to go through everything in my head.
They were getting a new stadium. I think they were just trying to revamp everything. I think it was just like one of those, like we need to make it work. And it ended up being 3 of like the all-time greats. But yeah,
dude, those are like all-time greats.
Yeah. It's fucking insane. But they were the best in that Ken Griffey video game on Nintendo 64. God damn, the Mariners was the last year they were all together. I love that though. Griffey's. Let me hit you with the tones. Now this next one, I don't know where to go with here. I think it's gonna sound but I think this one can't be underplayed. The Williams sisters, Venus and Serena.
Oh, you bastard.
And it's King
Richard.
Oh wow, I never got to see that. I heard it was fucking great. But a classic case of same thing I'm in. The younger sibling being the better one. The Eli Manning situation. The younger sibling's just the GOAT. And no one compares to Serena in any of these. And then in duos, they're a fucking nightmare. And then Venus on her own is a goddamn nightmare. Yeah.
Great steal.
Yeah. No, I figured I didn't know if you were gonna take them, but I was like, they're gonna come off the board at some time. But yeah, Serena's. I think she has like the most open wins in like the open era or something like that. I forget what her streak is, but it was wild. But from a pure athletic standpoint, I mean, she might be the best female athlete of all time. I don't know who stacks up with her.
Yeah, and maybe the most dominant athlete ever.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, no, there's very few of them. They're again like those Tiger Woods, Serena, LeBron, like they're in their fucking league of their own. They're just making up fucking stats for them.
Yeah, a feminist out there somewhere being like, Serena could beat the boys.
God, we've seen.
I just hear it in the back of my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think she's admit to not being like just saying that would probably be a bad idea. I might be wrong about that, but I feel like she said something like probably wouldn't be good for women's tennis or something like that. Because if she did get beat, it's like then there's all your
the Billie Jean King.
Exactly, which she was sick though. Dude, some of those
she played against the old man though.
Yeah, but some of those videos are still crazy. The crazy thing is he probably wasn't an old man. He was probably like 40 years old, but like you aged like a fucking piece of leather back then. It was so bad. But I love it. Yeah, Venus and Serena, number 2. I'm gonna kick it back to you after the tone. Nice.
So I have some tough decisions here. And I don't know if it's early, but I'm going to go with it. Tiger and Charlie Woods.
Wow. It might
now,
be
it's early in Charlie's career, right? But I am a believer that he will make good on this pick and that one day we will be saying his names as one of the top golfers in the world. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, if you look in his age group or the guys that are close, he just moved back to the furthest tees for like the first time, but he looks every bit the part. Him and John Daly's son. John Daly's son's in college, but they're sick. Yeah. I mean, if that's the future, golf's in fucking good ass hands. But that's the problem with golf is it's gotten so popular, especially over COVID and stuff. There's gonna be fucking some killers. Obviously, Charlie's got all the fucking makeup. He's got the genes. He's got the money. He's got everything. But there's gonna be those freaks that just clicks. But yeah, I think he goes on to win at least one major. I feel like not that bold of a prediction.
Like it's bold, but like I think it's reasonable too.
Yeah,
like,
that's it.
any 10-year-old kid, there's just way too many variables to really
exactly
like have a strong bet on that. You know what I mean? But I think it's a fair. I like that. That's good.
Yeah. No, like you said, there's so many variables. He could fucking, I don't know.
Do drugs like his dad.
Exactly. Fucking hurt his
Become a drug
back.
addict. Follow his father's footsteps.
Like hookers too much. Literally anything. He's got it made. No, I love that though. Charlie and Tiger. That's early to pick them up, but I think it's gonna end
when
up.
You have a chance
off.
at the GOAT, you grab them.
Facts. I'm with you. I mean, honestly, you can throw in what's his name in there too. Pops. His dad was not great, but good athlete. Obviously not pro, but love that. Number 3, the Woods. So you got Manning, Griffey, Woods. Let me hit the tones.
Pretty good.
There it is. Now this one. Tough. I'm gonna go basketball, and I didn't know there's like 3 basketball families you could go here, but I think the one you have to go is the Curry family. You got Steph, Seth, and Dell. Between Steph and Dell, I think they have the most 3 pointers as a family of all time. But now you add in Seth, who's had a better 3-point percentage, a better free throw percentage than Steph, a majority of the last 2 years. It's like, I mean, he's obviously not getting as many shots up, but he's getting enough for him to count into the fucking statistics.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think those 2, or those 3 really. And fuck, if we're counting Damian fucking Lee, he's married into the family. I know it's not the same thing, but honorable mensch. Yeah, I think the Curry family.
Dude, I like that. I literally forgot about him. I forgot about Seth. I forgot about Dell.
And Cannon. I mean, throw Cannon into the mix in the future. We're going to get a pick out of him.
What about Riley?
No.
Hey, what about Aisha, girl? Let me bounce those basketballs, girl.
That's horrible.
Hey.
I'm not an Aisha fan, man. She's unfaithful to Steph. Sad. Gotta watch out for our king, man. Steph's the GOAT. Can't be playing with him. She's taking. She's the Yoko Ono of the Warriors.
Oh wow! I get very much Yoko Ono energy from her. Very much.
Just trying to soak it all up for herself and just kind of a piece. Yeah.
What about me? That's her. What about me?
Yeah. No, horrid. Not a fan. But the Currys rang in. And now for the tones. Better beep, beep, beep. Hit me.
So I believe this is my 4th pick.
You're correct.
And so we're getting into, where drafts are won and lost. We're getting into the weeds here. This is all off the top of the head. No list available for your boy.
You just went and checked your list on your phone.
Huh?
Didn't you just check your list on your phone?
I don't have a list.
Oh, okay. Hey, my apologies.
Some people use lists, some people don't, Some people walk through this life with their head held high. Other people, stare at their phone. It's all right. For me,
I walk with it high because I come prepared with my list.
Yeah, no, I didn't even know where I was going with that.
You're good.
But
4.
Give me the Matthews family. Clay Matthews, future Hall of Famer. Bruce Matthews, Hall of Famer. And there's an uncle that played in there as well.
I just saw a commercial with them, I feel like, or something like that. Love that though. That's a great pick. One I'm not too familiar with, and I would have never picked myself. But anytime you got 2 Hall of Famers in a family, it's like they're
no brainer.
Exactly. How do you say no?
There's an awesome video. So Bruce Matthews coached in the league. I don't know if he did kind of consultant stuff and he comes and helps out with stuff, or he was that actual coach. But there's a Hard Knocks. JJ Watt is at the shared training camp where they go against the other teams and shit like that. And they're doing the one-on-one drills, and JJ Watt's just tearing up Bruce's.
Is that when he's on the Texans?
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
and Bruce is just telling him, "Yep, just get that right hand." Meanwhile, they're just getting fucking thrown on their ass. It was just such a good video. He just, yeah,
That's classic. That Texan season is probably one of the best seasons of Hard Knocks. O'Brien he was the coach then, right?
Yeah, not a great coach, but I love it.
Great content. Exactly.
Yeah.
Will Fork coming in the overalls. I mean, just
Charles James.
Wow. They really had a lot of guys that like you don't even like remember. That's why Hard Knocks is a great show.
It is.
How's the Arizona season been? Did you watch that?
The in season doesn't really hit for me. I watched a couple episodes, but I couldn't really get through it. Maybe it's because the Cardinals, bro. But
yeah, JJ wasn't able to carry this season.
No.
I feel it. Number 4, let him have it. We're gonna go. You know what? I was thinking I want to mix it up. I don't want to do any of the same sports, so I got fighting and football. I got tennis. I got basketball. I'm gonna go with hockey. And hockey, you could have.
Is there one?
Dude, there's so many in hockey. It's fucked up. There's like a ton, and like most of the time, it's like
brothers, 1
or 2 brothers, and like there's like a ton of cousins. But I think the Stahl brothers, there might have been like 4 brothers in there at the same time. But these ones were always an issue for the Sharks. The Sedin twins, Henrik and Daniel Sedin. You remember them from the Canucks, the 2 gingers?
Yeah,
I
heard of them.
They're
I remember the names.
They have like crazy similar stats. It's like one was a little bit better of a scorer and one was better at assisting, but like the way it stacked up, one had like 200 more assists, one had like 200 more goals. Like their career points are within like 40 of each other. It's so weird how their stats are fucking right back and forth. I don't know if they'll be Hall of Famers.
Funny. Yeah.
Say that again.
No, I was just going to say, it's so funny because I always wonder that about how scouts or teams are like breaking down game plans for Markieff Morris and Marquise Morris.
Right.
Like, are they the same scouting report? Like, do they have, who's better? You tell me that. Who's better, Markieff or Marquise?
That'd be a fucking, especially in a high school fucking, imagine in high school trying to game plan for both of them.
Oh.
You're fucked.
Yeah. Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like, for me, they're exactly equal players. They have the same skill set. In my mind, they're the exact same player. But maybe I'm wrong.
No, I mean, I feel like that's a lot of brothers. It's maybe not so exact like them, but they grew up playing the same way under the same coaches. You're going to have at least the same skill set. One might be better at doing it, but you're going to have a majority of the same thing. But yeah, the Sedin brothers, legends of the game. Now, some hockey schmo is probably going to fucking say, I forgot about God knows who, but fuck it.
You could let him rip if you had some honorable mentions for hockey.
I didn't write any down. Okay. But I'll give it to you for the last round. Number 5.
The last round, Kenny Andrew Sullivan, on our 8th grade trip to DC, met this man in an airport. This man has a twin brother, and they've both been in the league for, I don't know, 50 years. The Lopez twins.
Oh, wow. Brooke and Robin. Stanford's very own.
Yes, sir. And now I've always been a Robin guy. Now, those are twins that have very different games.
Yes, very true. And I can actually tell them apart, so I can tell their games apart. But
you can tell the difference between Marquise and Marquise's tattoos? You didn't see the different tattoos that they
not
have?
On a wide angle fucking court when they're just players on a court.
Same haircut, same beard.
Exactly. But I like that the Lopez twins. Who do you think was better out of the two?
I mean, Brooke was always the better player, but Robin's the guy I want on my team.
Really?
To be honest, Robin's the dirty work guy. He just plays his role. He's big and he fucking plays like he's small. You know what I mean? Like in the best way possible.
Robin had the afro, right, back in the day. Yeah. I'm a Brooke guy then.
Yeah, I always thought the Warriors needed a little Robin in our life. Like he could have been our fucking.
I thought they needed a Brooke. I feel like Brooke's more physical. He'll set you some hard screens from time to time. Yes.
No,
I mean,
like he's a more physically imposing person for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he plays very finesse. He wants to be out in the corner.
All right, maybe I'm wrong. You think Robin's ducking the shoulder in on the screen, letting the guy have it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to choose these, but I think the Warriors always needed a little Marc Gasol. Those are the guys, Mark and Powell.
Oh my God! I went Lopez.
I know. I had to make you look foolish. I'm not even going to choose them.
Oh my God!
That's why you bring notes.
I'm sorry, pal.
That's why you bring notes. I mean, Powell's just a stand-up guy. He's a godfather to the Kobe's children. Powell and Mark. I don't know how you forget about him. You could have went with Clay Thompson and Trace Thompson. I don't want to go with
Michael
and Mike. Exactly. I don't want to go with and his brother Michael, who sniffed the NBA, played at Pepperdine. I don't want
to the Showtime Lakers.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm saying his brother. Okay. I'm saying his brother was not his other brother tried to get in the league too. So there's 4 of them. No, his dad's the most legit one. That's why Clay might be going to the Lakers. I could see him ending his career in LA. Clay would be sick. But yeah, no, I'm not going to go over them and not picking any of them. The Lopez brothers, great pick. I'm going to throw these honorable mentions in just to make that pick look fucking horrid. I don't know. I mean, my Sedin pick's not very good either. Let's be real. The last one, I didn't know whether to go with the Kelce brothers because obviously
the Kelce brothers.
That was our transition into this. But I didn't want to go with them. I wanted to go with 2 guys. Oh God, I'm torn. I'm gonna go with the Klitschko's, Vitaly and Vladimir Klitschko. The sickest. They had the Klitschko era of boxing from fucking the early thousands to the.
We got the Furies,
to the
we got
teens.
The Mayweathers.
Exactly. I mean, but they were the heavyweight kings, the Klitschko era, and now fucking one of them is the mayor of Kiev, just crazy. But yeah,
following in Pacquiao's footsteps, I see. Yeah.
Say it again.
Just get hit in the head repeatedly for a decade and then decide
go be a politician. That sounds like a great idea. Yeah. Well, maybe that's why they're in the war. No. But no, I'd choose the Klitschko's. I feel like they kind of transcended boxing. It was an era of boxing that, although it wasn't fun to watch, it was dominant. There was no one that really even came close to beating them until Tyson Fury fucking fucked up Vitaly. But yeah, the Klitschko's. I think that's a good way to end it. But yeah, did you have any honorable mentions that you thought of afterwards?
So the Kelces, the Gasols, the Mayweather came to mind. The Furies come to mind.
The Molina brothers in baseball, Benji Yadier, Jose Molina. I don't know.
No, you know what my goddamn honorable mention is? I have 2.
Let's hear it.
The Rileys and the fucking Meekers.
You're a fucking damn fool. I mean, they don't even hold the weight next to us. Get the fuck out of here. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even want to include the Meeks, but they're friends with the show. So.
No. I appreciate that. Thank you for that, fam. The other one I had down is I put the Ball brothers down just because we talked about them last episode, and they're always fun to talk about. But yeah, those are Pal, Mark, the Thompsons. Yeah, that's it.
Solid,
super solid. Well, let's hope this Chiefs get this done because I put a solo bet on just the Chiefs, so put a little money in the account with that. But thanks for doing this, brother.
I know it, of course, man, and I know we always like to leave with a little, shark inside sharp, whatever you want to call it.
Yes, sir.
Jalen Hurts rushing attempts.
Ooh.
Not rushing yards. Rushing attempts. Over.
You like the over?
We're taking knees at the end of the game. That'll help. So whichever way you kind of see this going, but Jalen Hurts rushing attempts, even Pat Mahomes rushing attempts, maybe.
Damn, I like that. The Jalen Hurts one, I feel like people are expecting Mahomes to run, but the Jalen Hurts one, I feel like you could get some sneaky money. I'm gonna look at that line.
Look at it.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's a good way to end it.
The thing about it, rush attempts, you just need him to scramble and run out of bounds 1 yard.
Exactly.
Past the line.
And then you're good.
There's plenty of yeah.
No, I like it. That's a good sneaky play. One last thing before we go. I was reminiscing, I forget who it was with, but a couple weeks ago about how you were the first person in Levi Stadium history with the blocked PAT attempt. People tried to, or field goal, I forget which one it was.
PAT, yep.
PAT, yeah. People tried to deny it, and I was like, look, go down the list again. Well, I've done this game. Josh was the first. There was no game where there was a blocked PAT in any of the college or NFL games prior to the Charlie Whitmire game. So
you've done this research?
Congrats. Yeah. Yeah, I did it a while ago. Yeah, there was no blocked PATs. So put it in your books. Jalen, first PAT block, Levi Stadium. Called his shot.
Don't forget
that was incredible. Yes, he did. And then
if anyone knows Jim, it's you.
Yeah.
You know I fucking called my shot.
You were calling it for weeks, did it, and then fucking came over saying, I called that shit.
Let's go, baby. Trough Talk 2023.
To the moon, as Jay Lamb would say. Alrighty, y'all. Until next time, adios.